Alright fellas, it's Black Friday, which means we're getting really good deals on tech. So I made a list of 50 plus items with the best discounts that are worth checking out. Every product that I talk about today will be linked down below in the description, so feel free to pause the video whenever you like. I also separate the links into different sections, so whether you live in the US, UK or Europe, I have you covered. And even if you live in a different region, you can order whichever Amazon site as you see fit, as long as the delivery costs are reasonable. But let's just get in our first section, which are headphones. The Logic G Pro XC wired gaming headset. So really love this. They have a durable and aluminum steel design here, as you can see. Really good build quality all over the headset. They have this like memory foam and leatherette ear cups, so they're really comfortable and you won't even notice them while wearing them. And I guess this is why they're marketed as like esports headphones, and for a good reason. I know a lot of League of Legends players love these, and just overall on a really good price point right now. You also get like real-time voice filters in the Logic G Hub, and yeah, just really good to recommend for this price. The Corsair HS80 RGB wireless gaming headset. So huge fan of these. I just like Corsair products overall. But what this headset is, you have like an elastic headband that's really comfortable. You have these like cloth covered ear pads, just like really unique. I've never seen them on any other headset, so just really comfortable. You can connect them to your PS5 or PS4 with a wireless USB receiver, and obviously it also works wirelessly on PC and Mac. And for $100, like hands down, this is the best microphone you can have on a headset. It's actually crazy. It constantly keeps beating the new headphones, and because it just has a better microphone. So every time a new headset comes out, I'm always asking myself, well, the Corsair HS80 just beats it in terms of like microphone quality, so what's the point? It's pretty cool that they've stood on that like best class microphone quality. And you can also just mute your mic with the flip, and you also have onboard controls on it. Really good headphones for $100, and you just get an amazing microphone. Rebus Bluetooth headphones, so just a good option if you just want to go to the gym with. I wouldn't use them mainly for gaming, but you can do so, and I've done that in my past. But if you're a Prime member, you get them for 20 bucks, and if you want a Prime membership just to try it for free, I'll have a link down below for a 30-day free trial, which is a good option for you, especially if you're ordering multiple things this Black Friday. But yeah, 65 hours of playtime in normal mode. If you use the active noise cancellation mode, it's like 45 hours. And yeah, lots of customizability. It's just really foldable and lightweight, so you can just put it in a backpack or something. The headband is adjustable, it doesn't matter how big your head is, so just really good options here. You have good controls. You can also put it on transparent mode, so instead of like active noise cancellation, you can hear what's going around you. So if you're on a bus or subway, you can actually hear the announcements instead of like just missing them. Yeah, a good option for 20 bucks. Good for exercise and maybe even some lightweight gaming. Next up, we got the HyperX Quadcast S. So this is a USB microphone. Has really nice RGB, as you can see here. You can mute it just with a tap of a button. It's much easier to use than your typical XLR microphone. No extra interface needed. And there's actually a built-in pop filter inside the microphone. And for our last microphone, we have the HyperX Solocast. So also a USB microphone. You can also just mute it with a tap of a button. This is really beginner friendly, so I actually recommend this microphone for maybe if you just started with streaming or content creation, you want to get something to improve your audio quality. And maybe down the line, if you really are going to take content creation seriously, you can get something fancier. But just to start with, this is a really good option. And then we got the SteelSeries Apex 3 TKL RGB gaming keyboard. So as 8-zone RGB illumination, literally in 8 zones. It looks pretty nice. It's actually even water resistant, although in my opinion you shouldn't keep sodas near your keyboard. And it's also non-mechanical, but I've tested these non-mechanical keyboards and they actually a lot of times just feel better than mechanical keyboards. It's definitely up for preference, but also has a volume knob on the top right, so it's really useful for Spotify or games when you want to turn up your volume or yeah, just readjust it on the go. And overall, just a really nice keyboard. SteelSeries keyboards tend to be one of the most popular picks, and they're also really widely used in esports titles like Fortnite, which you will see as you go down this list. Then we got the SteelSeries Apex Pro TEL keyboard. So even though it says it's not on sale, it actually is, but it's the same price point for the UK and US version. So this is a really good keyboard because it has remarkably low latency. You can actually fine tune each key press. So it is using the omnipoint switches. So you can basically set the actuation point like really low, and you have like different profiles. So on each game you have different presets. Also it has a really nice OLED screen that you have like Discord notifications or other reactions that are probably synced to your game, depending on what you play, of course. But yeah, just a really popular esports keyboard. This was like the most widely used keyboard for Fortnite for a long time, and to this day it's probably the #1 pick. And of course the PVD keycaps unleashed on the main keys, really well built, and they have like the texture grip on it, which I can appreciate. And also comes with a wrist rest, so for added comfort, this is a really nice bonus. Next up, we got the Logic G305 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. So a lot of people love this mouse. It's like one of the best sellers. Really long battery life because it does use AA battery. It has a shape that's well suited for most people, no matter what grip type you have while playing games. Really good for first person shooters. If you have a really large hands, then I probably wouldn't recommend this one, and it has really great click latency, and I can recommend it for most people. Next up, we got the Razer Basilisk V3X Hyperspeed. Really a big fan of this. I like the shape on this the most. So this is really similar to the Logitech G502, which is also one of the actually the best selling mouse on Amazon. But on the Razer mouse here, I really like the PTFE feet and just a really good long battery life. So you have like 285 hours of battery. It comes with AA batteries. For our next mouse, we have the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. Really big fan of the Superlight series. So this is their second generation. Came out recently. It has a really good sensor as always. The PTFE feet are even better than the first one. And the Logitech has implemented their Light Force hybrid switches, so really low latency and good precision and accuracy. USB-C charging, and the battery life is like 95 hours, so you're gonna be using this for a long time. And it doesn't have AA batteries, so the weight is like only 60 grams, so really lightweight. And yeah, amazing that what they did with the second generation mouse. And next up, we got the Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX. So AM5 motherboard, supports 7000, 8000 and 9000 Ryzen processors, has good thermals, and it has a Wi-Fi 6E onboard connection, so good wireless connectivity. It also has the Easy Latch Plus, so you can unplug your GPU a lot easier with just a press. Has all the USB ports you need, and yeah, if you're building a new system with AM5, really recommend this motherboard from Gigabyte. And for memory, we have the Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM 32GB CL36 6000 MHz. Now, a lot of games have been starting to use 32GB instead of 16GB. I know some games might have some micro stuttering at 16GB. So it's just a good option to go straight for 32GB if you're building a new system. And for this RAM kit, it's just really plain and simple. Had this minimalistic design, no compromises. 6000 MHz is the sweet spot in my opinion for pricing and performance. And yeah, just a good option for a lot of people. If you don't care about RGB, this is really great to start with. But if you must have rainbow colors on your RAM, then we have the Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 32GB 6000 MHz CL36 RAM. So same performance as the Crucial RAM we just talked about, but it has some nice RGB on it. So if you must have rainbow colors, this is the one to get, but otherwise basically the same RAM kit. And for graphics cards, we have the RTX 4070 Super, so really great for 1440p gaming. Has some pretty nice RGB here in the middle. The card itself looks like a spaceship, which is pretty cool, and it's the smallest 4070 Super that I know of that exists right now, so really good for compact builds. And yeah, just a really good DLSS and frame generation card that is just gonna boost your frames in a lot of games. And because the RTX 4060 cards tend to sell out pretty fast, I gave you some other options. So in the US we have the Gigabyte Gaming OC RTX 4060, and all of these cards basically perform the same. It's more about the design and the look of it. So here we have 3 coolers instead of 2 on some cards, but otherwise just the same performance and you won't notice a difference. And in the UK we have the MSI Ventus 2X Black. So again, really good design. I like the color scheme of this. It's just pure black white. And yeah, just a really good option if you want 3 display ports and 1 HDMI port. Some cards have 2 HDMI ports, so depends if you have like more TVs around the house, then you can definitely choose based on that. And in Europe, we have the Asus Dual RTX 4060 Evo OC. So really good cooling on this, maybe even overkill, but otherwise just a really good option. And for PC cases, we have the Corsair G1500X. So really builder friendly case. If you're building a PC for the first time, I can always recommend a Corsair case. Comes with 3 RGB fans pre-installed, and you can even move them to this spot so you don't have to put them all in the front. Wraparound glass view so you can see your components a lot easier. You can even remove the front and side panel, and it has some really good cable rounding in the back, so really easy to cable match and just a good case overall. But if you want something more classy, we have the Fractal Design North. So this is actually real walnut here, so real wood. Obviously this is, if you don't want RGB, this is a really good option. It gives this like living room vibe. Comes with 2 pre-installed fans, not RGB, but still really good cooling. And yeah, just very excellent thermal performance for this case. Just really popular for people who want something a lot more different to the typical gaming PC look. But if you want something at a lower price point, I can highly recommend the Corsair 3000 RGB Airflow Mid Tower. So it is an ATX case, not micro ATX. Again, comes with 3 pre-installed RGB fans. Really good cooling, especially because the front panel is optimized for cooling. As you can see here, glass side panel, we can even remove it. Yeah, just a really good case to build in for the first time, and I can highly recommend them. But if you're doing a micro ATX build, I can recommend the MSI Magpano M100RP set. So again, micro ATX case, comes with 4 pre-installed RGB fans, so not 3 like most cases, but 4. Really nice that they added that extra one. 270-degree glass view panel, really nice view around the whole case almost. And yeah, just good cooling options as you can see here, and good cable rounding on the back as well. Just recommend this case. Moving on to power supplies, we have the MSI Mag A750BN. So this is PCI 5 ready, has a native 16-pin connector, meaning it's really great for RTX 4070 cards. And although you could use this with an RTX 4080, I wouldn't recommend it because it is 750 watts, but for RTX 4070 and below, really good option for budget builds. And then for case fans, we have the Corsair IQ AF120. So these go into your PC, really cool RGB and a lot of airflow and low noise, and the bearings are pretty good on this. Highly recommended as you get a triple kit. And for our next fans, we have the Corsair QL120. So a triple pack with a lightning core node, so you can sync your lightning in your PC case. A really cool software that Corsair has included with their IQ app. Moving on to storage, we have the Western Digital SN770. So this is a PCI 4 M.2 SSD. So I chose a 1TB version. It's on a really good sale right now. Read speeds up to 5155 megabytes per second. So in next gen games, I know in Ratchet & Clank and some other PlayStation exclusives, you really do benefit from those extra fast load times. And yeah, this goes inside your PC, so this is an internal SSD. And yeah, a really good option just to increase your storage. And for our next M.2 SSD, we have the Samsung 990 Evo Plus. So a 2TB drive here for only $140. I know that sounds like a lot, but not a long time ago we were paying much more for these kind of SSDs. And you can see the read speeds are 7250 megabytes. So yeah, really good for all kind of file management. For gaming, you probably won't notice like a huge difference between this and the last one. So yeah, the read speeds are fast enough for games anyways, but really good SSD overall. And if you just need a beast of an SSD that is like way fast and just better than everything else right now, then you can get the 4TB version of the Samsung 990 Pro SSD. So yeah, for most people it's overkill, but if you're doing like video editing or you just need it for high-end workstations, yeah, this is probably the one to get. But if you want something for a laptop or gaming console, I can highly recommend the Crucial X9 2TB portable SSD. So read speeds are pretty decent, they're still faster than a SATA SSD, and this is really great for increasing your storage on your laptop, because most laptops come with like 500 or a 1TB drive, and that can fill up pretty fast, especially with games coming like 200GB per game. So yeah, this is just really nice way to increase your storage so you can put more games, files and videos on it. And yeah, it's shock and vibration resistant, so if it were to fall on the ground, it will still keep your files safe, which is really great. And yeah, this came out in 2024 and I really like this for an external SSD that you just plug in and play. And moving on to my favorite topic, which are OLED displays, and here we have an OLED monitor, which is the Samsung 34-inch Odyssey OLED G8. So this is a 175Hz monitor. It's ultra wide, it's a 21:9 aspect ratio, so it is a little bit more immersive. It's really cool. QD OLED, so the colors are definitely better compared to a standard OLED panel. And yeah, just really nice that Samsung nailed the design of this. Looks really good in person and can highly recommend it. And for 27-inch 1440p monitors, I chose the MSI Mag 27-1 QPX. So this is a QD OLED monitor. Again, 27-inch size. So this is, I think, perfect for your pure competitive gamers, or if you don't play any kind of single player games at all. Yeah, this is definitely the size to get, because it is a little bit easier to spot enemies compared to a 32-inch or 34-inch panel. So yeah, this is really good. Good ergonomics. You can put it in portrait mode as well as landscape. So yeah, good monitor. 240 Hz. This is all you need. So 240 Hz on an OLED. The motion, like performance and everything, is much better compared to like even a 240 Hz LCD. So yeah, definitely much faster response times and really good colors on this monitor. And for the UK, I actually chose the Asus ROG Strix OLED XG27 AQDMG. What a great name. 1440p Classy W OLED, 240 Hz. Again, really great for competitive gaming. Has some good OLED care features, just like the last one. Yeah, really good response time, just really good cooling, because OLEDs do tend to get hot, so this has a custom heatsink, which is really great to see. And for 4K OLED monitors, I chose the MSI Mag 32-1 UP. So this is a QD OLED monitor, 32-inch size, comes with 165 Hz, which is pretty good. Yeah, has great ergonomics, just near instantaneous response time, good OLED care software, just like the previous MSI monitors. And this is probably the best priced 4K OLED monitor as of now, because nothing ever goes this cheap. They usually tend to be in that $900 price range, but otherwise, yeah, really good option. The pixel density is insane on this. It's like in the 140, so really sharp, because the bigger you get your monitor, obviously the pixel density will go down a bit. So yeah, this is a no compromise solution. I would highly recommend this for both competitive and single player games. And for OLED TVs, I chose the Samsung 55-inch S90D. So this is really similar to the S90C last year that was really popular. Really amazing colors, like in terms of like picture quality and colors and HDR. Yeah, this is like probably the best model, maybe a little bit below the LG G4, but otherwise, yeah, for this price point, this is the best TV you can get, hands down. But if you want something smaller and you want a PC monitor, or for console gaming, just something put on your desk, we have the 42-inch LG C4. So probably the best PC monitor / TV you can have this year, and probably next year we will get the LG C5. That's probably mid-year 2025 for most people, and it will be a lot more expensive, more like $1,500. But right now for $900, yeah, really good monitor / TV. Handles reflections really well in a bright room, so even if you have the lights on, this will still be perfect, and even better in a dark room. And yeah, 144 Hz, and highly recommend this. as long as you have like a 60 centimeter deep desk, this is totally fine, which is most IKEA desks. And then we also have the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 OLED. So this is a really popular gaming laptop, 14-inch size, again 120 Hz, just enough for any kind of game, to be honest, and a really good processor to be bundled with. And we get an RTX 4060 for frame generation, 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. And I really like the look of this. It's really thin, it's really lightweight. And yeah, you also get extra 3 months of Game Pass with it. So once you get this laptop, you're going to be bundled with a lot of games. And yeah, just really like the design of this. You have this like slight, slash lightning, and yeah, really cool laptop. And I highly recommend this. It's so well reviewed. I think in a lot of videos and a lot of reviews, it won the best gaming laptop of the year, at least for 14-inch laptops. And in the UK, we have the Asus VivoBook Pro 15. So this is a really good OLED laptop meant for gaming. It's an RTX 4060 laptop after all, and the GPU isn't bottlenecked in any way. So you're gonna get really good performance on this. And yeah, really nice backlit keyboard, no RGB on it, but otherwise really nice. You also can turn on HDR mode if you want. And yeah, just good performance. And for £1,300, I can highly recommend this. And it says it's a full HD display, but actually it's a 3K OLED laptop, so you're gonna get a really sharp image on this. And in Europe, I chose the HP Omen Transcend gaming laptop. So this is a 14-inch laptop, 2.8K resolution, and it also comes with 120 Hz display. Really good thing. 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. And again, we have the RTX 4060, which is a really good card for laptops, as it can run most games, especially with frame generation enabled. And you also get HyperX Cloud 3 wireless gaming headset, so this has a really good bass on it. And yeah, just getting it from free with this laptop is really great. And the design of this laptop, I just really like it. It don't just look so futuristic, especially because the white design with this RGB on it. Yeah, just really cool. And this is why I think one of the most lightweight laptops you can get. And you also charge it with USB-C instead of a normal laptop charger. So yeah, it's meant to be this like really minimalistic, lightweight, portable laptop that can do a lot of gaming. And the performance is basically the same as the other RTX 4060 laptops. So yeah, highly recommended for €1,500. A pretty good laptop. Next up, we have the PlayStation 5 console. So this is the Fortnite Cobalt Star Digital Edition. So the PS5 itself is the digital edition, doesn't come with a disc drive. And then you get like an extra Fortnite skin and 1,000 V-Bucks. So yeah, keep in mind that the digital edition itself without the Fortnite bundle costs even more or about the same. So there's no really reason to go for something else. This is the cheapest PS5 you can find on Amazon right now. And yeah, this is a really good console if you just want to hook up to a large OLED TV or play couch co-op. This is a really good console if you like those PS5 exclusives. I know next year Ghost of Yotai is coming out and like GTA 6. And yeah, you're probably gonna have to wait like 2 years or 1 year so for those exclusives to actually come back to PC. So yeah, a really good option. But if you just want a simple to use controller either for your Xbox or for PC, yeah, the Xbox Core wireless gaming controller. So this is the Series X version. I know it looks exactly the same as the Xbox One controller, but this is actually a lot better. The texture grip on the back, it does feel a little bit better, and the buttons just feel nicer. So yeah, highly recommend getting one if you don't have one already. But if you're a fan of Star Wars and you just want RGB light sticks, this is really cool. So this is the Govi LED light bar, or the Govi Flow Plus, whichever you want to call it. Really cool ambient lighting, so you can basically reflect a lot of RGB glow against the wall and it will bounce back, especially if you have like a lighter cold wall, like a white wall. Yeah, this is gonna have some really cool effects going on. Of course, you can change the color, you can do like a DIY mode yourself, you can schedule them to turn on a specific time, just like any RGB device that we're talking about today. And yeah, you have different segments going on, different presets. It has like a huge list of presets on your phone that you can turn on. And yeah, this is really underrated. A lot of people use this in their gaming setup to have like a really cool effect going on. You can mount them behind your TV or monitor with the included mounting brackets right here, or just place them vertically on your desk, either facing towards the wall or facing towards you. And yeah, they look really cool, and the brightness is insane on this. I often keep them at like 50% myself, and the glow is still insane. And for our next RGB device, we have the GOI RGB-C Smart Table Lamp 2. So this is really cool to put beside your bed or just on a table in your living room, and it actually looks really cute. You can even pat the wake. So basically what this does is you have a motion sensor and you quickly just pat it and boom, it lights up. And it has so many presets. The brightness on this is insane. Lights up the whole area where you place it. And yeah, just a really cool option for any kind of living room or again, beside your bed. And moving on to the security section, here is the Surge Protector power strip. So you get 8 outlets and 4 USB ports, and one of them is a USB-C ports. So you can charge your smartphones, your gaming accessories, or anything that you need. And also, yeah, 8 outlets, a really good option if you're, especially if you're gonna get like many TVs or monitors in your setup and are a lot of RGB devices or just any kind of accessory. You're gonna need more outlets one way or another, so really good option here. This is with surge protection, so this is good against lightning strikes, power outages, or any kind of electrical spike. But let's be honest, if there's a thunderstorm going on, you probably want to unplug everything anyways. But this is just really good if you want to prevent tear and damage on your expensive like gaming components, like a gaming PC or a console, because yeah, this is a really good investment because you don't want to damage your components. But if you want to increase security outside your home, you have the TP-Link C425 wireless battery camera. So this comes at a 2K resolution, 1440p. It's totally with a battery, so no wires. It's really good. So I do recommend getting like a 2K camera instead of 1080p, especially if you're gonna put it outside, because you do see a lot more detail when you need it, as you can see here on the picture. And I've seen videos of this camera and it's actually really cool. You can also have a solar panel connected to it if you want. The battery life is amazing, as you can see, a really long battery life with 300 days. Obviously, the more detections you get, so if you put it in an area where there's a lot of people, then yeah, the battery life is gonna go down a bit, but otherwise a really good option. And it is actually IP66 water resistant, so yeah, in terms of different weather conditions, a really good option to have. Comes with the infrared starlight sensor, as you can see here. So yeah, really good in night vision, and also has a built-in spotlight, so you won't be missing anything even in the dark. And yeah, really good peace of mind camera. You can just keep an eye on your children if they're playing outside, or your pets, and just protect your neighbors, because if a burglar or something were to happen, then yeah, they would probably be scared just from the camera alone, because it does discourage them. But yeah, just a really nice security option for your outside apartment or home. And keep in mind, if any accident, vandalism, or theft were to actually happen, then you're lucky, because this is really good for law enforcement or just insurance, because let's be honest, sometimes it's pretty hard to argue with insurance if you don't have any proof whatsoever. So yeah, this is a really good option to have as a backup if you ever need to prove something. But if you want to protect your indoors, we have the TP-Link C210. So again, a 2K 1440p camera. This spins all around 360 degrees, so you have a really wide field of view. It comes with a SD card storage of 256 gigabytes, or you can go the cloud version, which is again $3 per month. And if something were to happen with the camera, you can always have that footage on your phone. And this is also marketed as a baby monitor or a dog camera, so you can have your children playing in another room and just check on them, talk to them, because this does have a microphone on it, and you can also hear what's going on the other side of the room through the phone app. And yeah, really good camera. And if a break-in or theft were to occur, this is really good for giving you proof of footage for legal like protection or any kind of recovery. So yeah, a really good investment if you want to protect your maybe expensive hardware, your furniture or your OLED TVs, then yeah, this is a really good item to have in your setup. And that will do it for this year's Black Friday. As you can see, my whole Amazon page is red in discounts, which is pretty funny. And remember, every item that I talked about today in the video will be linked down below in the description for you to check out. And let me know personally, which item are you looking forward to purchase this year after seeing these discounts go live. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one.